what's going on, guys? My name is Anthony Darst, aka Anthony D. Some of you guys might recognize me from my YouTube videos or possibly my new to Uber website, and that's with the number 2. I wanted to take a second here and talk about if there's too many Uber drivers and some of the changes that have been happening and what I've noticed as a driver personally. I have gotten a lot of comments, people saying it's not worth my time to drive. There's too many drivers out there, whoop-de-woo. So I did want to take a second and talk about it. Now, when I started driving in Minnesota, in Minneapolis, I started last December. And when I started, there was approximately 300 drivers in the city. Now I'm hearing that there's closer to 4,200. And let me tell you that it definitely has impacted my business as far as driving goes. So with that said, I do want to say the hardest part for me is that when I go downtown, there's so many drivers. I mean, there's 10, 15 drivers per block. So you do have to be a little more strategic now. You do have to work with what you have. But let me also say that Uber is one of the few businesses I know that are going to allow you to make money on the side while doing your own thing. You know what I mean? You can have your full-time job, you can have your kids, you can have your little side business, you could be a little independent business owner, whatever you're thinking. And Uber is going to be there for you and have money on the table for you when you are not doing what you do elsewhere, right? So I do want to stress that although times get tough, to me it's still definitely worth it. It's still a side hustle. It's still no boss. It still allows me to work when I want. I got a couple kids. I get to live by their schedule, and I think it's great. But like I said, there has been a significant decrease in the amount of money that I can make in a short amount of time. But that varies per city, where you're at. In Minneapolis specifically, yes, there's a lot of drivers, but there's also a lot of turnover rate. Talking to the passengers, there's a lot of people that are unhappy with some of the drivers, and there's a lot of drivers that are unhappy driving. So with that said, the turnover changes all the time, and there's definitely still opportunities to make money. So I'm going out Friday and Saturday nights. I can still easily pull out $100, maybe a little more between a Friday at 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. $100, not bad. $25 an hour. Same with the Saturday night, if not more. Now, there's strategic ways for me to drive too, and I might be shooting myself in the foot if I'm talking to people in Minnesota. But I definitely go out for the concerts. I definitely go out for the games, the football games, the baseball games, whatever. Anywhere that there's going to be, 15, 20, 70, 80, 100,000 people coming out at the same time, there's not enough drivers to supply that. So, in essence, demand is going to go up, surge is going to go up, and there's going to be some money to be made. Now, if you can get into a surge situation where you're making over 3.5, 4, or 5 times the fare, it doesn't even have to be a long fare, and you can bump $50 out in a matter of minutes, literally. So you do have to be strategic. You guys can watch a couple of my other videos that I have on how to make the most money with Uber. There are a few strategies. There's a few things you can do. And I definitely recommend you watch the video I did on using the passenger app while using the driver app. That's still the most successful way I can find to make the most money. But yeah, guys, I would say, Uber as a full-time gig is going to be tough. I mean, unless you're going to be putting in 60, 70, 80 hours a week, you're not going to break $1,000 a week in Minneapolis. Where I literally used to be able to make $1,000 a week in 25, 30 hours. Now I would say that's 50 plus if I was only driving. But like I said, it's a fantastic little side gig to run aside from whatever you're already doing. If you are in a pinch, if you do know you need to make a little bit of money, if you know you got rent coming up at the end of the month and you still got to make your phone bill and this and that, it's a good deal. I mean, you can go out and work until you hit whatever number you need to, but like I said, you still have to be strategic. So be aware of where the other drivers are. I go over that in my previous videos. Be aware of where they are. Make sure that you're staying in your own little territory. Make sure you're staying away from some of the big pockets that are going to be saturated with drivers, because then you're just going to be mad and you're going to post a video about how Uber makes you mad because you can't make as much money as you saw in this other guy's YouTube video. But like I said, you got to be strategic. You got to know what you're doing, and you do got to push hard to be smart about how you're doing it. So like I said, put your focus in the right areas. Definitely do what you can to make the most amount of money in a little bit of time. And I would say still use Uber as a backup. I wouldn't be doing if if it didn't make financial sense for me. But yeah, definitely, I would say look into it. Take a look. Check some other videos and see what information you can find, because there's all kinds of useful tips out there. Again, guys, my name is Anthony Darst, aka Anthony D. I'm trying to throw these videos together to teach you guys a little bit of how to make some money, teach you guys a little bit of the strategies that I've learned along the way, and I'm happy to do so. So feel free to subscribe. Go ahead and leave me any comments or questions. I'm pretty good about getting back. I apologize to some of the people that I haven't. I got a lot of comments coming in. But guys, I really do appreciate the business. I appreciate the subscribes. I appreciate the referrals. Go ahead and sign up. I'll put my link below. Riders, if you're looking for some information on Uber and you'd like a free ride, I'll go ahead and put that link below as well. Again, guys, my name is Anthony Darst, aka Anthony D. My YouTube channel is Anthony Darst, ANTHONY space DARST, and check out the website. It's new2uber.com. All right, guys, I'll see you soon.